this is Krishna. Thank you for joining me in this new video. Before working with small business owners, I run a security assessment to let me get a sense of their security stance, right? What I'm trying to look for is, I'm trying to quickly decide if I'm able to reduce the risk. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what I look for, how I go about doing it quickly, and I'm gonna let you know along the way some of the things when I find it. Basically, let me decide I'm not gonna be able to help this business, or I'm gonna be able to help them. So this is what we're gonna cover. Let's go ahead and let's dive in. So let's talk a little bit about the assessment to know what it is. The assessment for me is going to be a 30-45 minutes reality check where I'm going to focus on real attack paths that small business owners are subjected. And it's going to bring to the surface deal-breaking risk really fast, right? So one thing the assessment is not, it's not a 40-page report. It's not a compliance audit, and it's neither a sales demo disguised as security. So the first thing that I look at is going to be identity and access management. The technical term for it would be IAM, right? Most breaches in reality don't start with hackers trying to hack your server, right? You really start with them logging in because they found some of your credentials, maybe in the dark web or in another way, in another fashion. It starts with identity because if there is a gap in your identity, it doesn't matter really what we build on top of it. So I don't ask about firewalls. I don't ask about antivirus. What I'm trying to get a sense of is that this business actually use multi-factor authentication, right? Do former employees still have access to some of the platforms, right? And do they share passwords, and how are they sharing those passwords? So those questions will help me decide if there is a gap there, and we can definitely work on fixing those. Identity is key. This is where it starts. If it's not right, everything else doesn't matter. So the next thing that I'm going to take a look at is going to be email attack surface. You've probably heard of phishing, business email compromise, account takeover. All of those starts with some type of email attack. As I discussed a little bit earlier, I mentioned identity, and getting those credentials easily is usually done via phishing, right? So at this stage, quickly, I'm trying to get a sense of their DNS records, right? I'm gonna see if they have set up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. And SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are email authentication records that are gonna be added in the domain registrar or the DNS host. So those are some of the things that I'm gonna take a look at. I'm going to see what policy they have set for their DMARC, and I'm also going to get a sense of what other tools send emails on their behalf, right? Because that is important when it comes to setting up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. So this is what we look at, or this is what I look at this stage over here to see what we can tighten up in order to increase the security stance. The third item on our security assessment is going to be backups. With backups, a lot of people say that they have them. Sometimes they might confuse it with something else that they do.